That Walt Disney's a lying piece of crap! Blancanieves, released in 2012 and is directed by Pablo Berger, who is also behind such films like Mama, Torremolinos 73, Herederos de la Bastilla, and Abracadabra. And this film is starring Macarena Garcia, Maribel Verdú, Daniel Giménez Cocho, Angela Molina, and Inuma Cresta. And the reason why we're talking about Blancanieves today is because it was a PayPal recommendation from one of my biggest contributors on this channel, who has really made an impact this year alone, and that's from Autumn Blood. Autumn, thank you so much for your recommendation. Thanks for coming back onto my channel after the last recommendation you sent me. Wasn't really a big fan of The Night of the Hunter, which I know is pretty controversial, and it's a lot of shots fired, but I do appreciate your continued support. If any of you want to be like Autumn Blood and help donate to this channel, you can make a PayPal donation by clicking on the donate button on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do, and if you have a movie that you really want me to review as quickly as I possibly can, you can attach your movie with your donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a shout on the channel. Blancanieves is based on the 1812 fairy tale Snow White by the Brothers Grimm. However, this version is set in 1920s Spain, and Snow White is not a princess, she is the daughter of a famed matador. However, when she was young, the matador became injured and was paralyzed, not being able to perform again. And after her mother died in childbirth, Snow White is forced to be taken care of by the evil stepmother, who was her father's nurse when he was recovering. But because Snow White is gaining more favor with her father, the evil stepmother looks to have her killed. She does manage to barely escape, though, and is rescued by 6 little matadors. And you heard me right, that was 6 dwarves in this movie, not the traditional Disney 7. Because a little tiny minor spoiler alert, she grows up to become a matador herself, thus her becoming part of the 7 matadors. Which I love that little spin on this story. Actually, I like this whole take on the entire myth, the fairy tale, and the popularized Disney cartoon, which I grew up on. I grew up on Snow White, the first big theatrical production of Walt Disney. I believe it was in the 50s. But in that one, it's a princess who is always asking for men to come bail her out and wants the hand of the prince, and the stepmother doesn't like her because she's too beautiful, she's not the fairest of them all, so she sends her out to be killed and murdered, and she finds herself in the care of 7 dwarfs. But then the evil stepmother catches on to that, gives her a poison apple sneakishly, and she eats it, and then she falls into a coma until the prince comes and kisses her and she awakens. First loves, first kissed thing. It's so powerful, and yeah, we get the basic elements of that, but this take on the tale is so realistic, and I think is more honest than that one. Which is interesting to say, because this movie is a silent movie. So whenever you're dealing with silent films, the acting, the performances that you see are dialed up to about 11. Very melodramatic movements and very melodramatic facial expressions, because all they have to tell a story is their bodies and the music that is being played. And the music is composed by Alfonso de Valonga, and I love the music here. It's what you can expect from a silent film. It's a full-on orchestra that is conveying every single emotion and conveying the story all through notes and all through musical elements. And I love that storytelling. Really, I need to see more silent films is really the big thing I took away from this movie, because I don't think I've seen a silent film that I've hated. Granted, I've seen like 4, but this one is also not conceived like your stereotypical silent film from, the 20s and the 30s, where all those were done on back lots and sound stages and theaters. Here, this one is actually shot on location. We are actually in a bullfighting arena. We are in this huge mansion of a house that Snow White is living in. She's living in the basement corridors, but she's living in it. And poor Snow White, I mean, she is just cursed like crazy in this film. Everyone who she comes in contact with or has any type of love relationship with ends up dying. What a terrible coincidence it is to be her. I do love Garcia's performance, though. Even though I said movements and facial expressions are over amplified, hers is probably the most subdued out of everyone. And I like the way her character is written with her relationship with these dwarves. She's not a handmaiden, she's not there to clean up after them or cook for them like they do in the Disney film. Here, she's actually a part of the crew, and she actually works with them. She becomes a matador herself, and she is part of the crew. She's part of the gang, and I like that. If you're looking for great facial expressions and just conveying story through your face, it's Maribel Verdú here. Holy crap. This lady is evil. Like, I don't know her personally, but outside of this film, I'm sure that she is evil. And I really didn't even have a sense that she was going to be the evil stepmother at first, because she only appears as the nurse attending to Snow White's father when he has his accident. But they do linger on her just a couple of extra seconds than everyone else, leading you to believe that what are you concocting in your head? And then you end up seeing it. She is an evil sister in this film, though. I've said it before on this channel. If you kill a pet, like a dog, a cat, any animal in a movie, you deserve to die. The evil stepmother deserves to die. I really enjoyed this film. I like new takes on all of these type of grim fairy tales or things that are very commercialized by Disney and actually going to the roots of something or taking the roots of something and changing it for a culture, for a society, like what they do here with bullfighting. I love that. I mean, out of nowhere, Snow White, bullfighting. Never. I would never think of that, but it works here. Kudos to Autumn Blood here. This movie is fantastic. I was able to watch it for free on TubiTV.com, so hopefully it's still there. Usually when I get recommendations and they say, hey, it's on Tubi, by the time I get to it and I go check it out, it's not there anymore, so who knows? But I'm going to give Blancanieves 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good.
Alright everyone, now because my favorite part of my video is where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and really this week is all just PayPal recommendations because Mr. and Rusted Beetle are back again this week. Another recommendation that they sent me. Hey, they're donating to my channel, so I'm going to respect them and thank them for it and watch their movies that they recommend to me. If any of you want to get your recommendations through and get me to do it, go ahead and make that donation. But they recommended the movie on Netflix called Mr. Right. Again, a movie that I've never heard of before at all. But I guess it's starring Sam Rockwell and Anna Kendrick. And I'm guessing it's a romantic comedy, which isn't like Rockwell like 20 years older than Kendrick? Isn't that a little creepy? Or do I just think that he's much older because I've seen him for longer in my movie watching career? I don't know, I think he's much older. I think it's a little creepy. We'll see if the older Rockwell is Mr. Right next time. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, you can make a PayPal donation on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do, just attach your movie recommendation with your donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, give you a shout out on the channel, and get my review of it published as quickly as I possibly can. So guys, if you've seen Blancanieves, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, and comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I release the next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Mr. Right. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.